Welcome back, everyone. The Speakeasy in Moorhead has some major history in Moorhead, and here to tell us a little bit about their story, along with some of their famous dishes, we have Larry Hauger in studio with us. Thanks for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, when I think of Italian food, I think of Speakeasy in Moorhead. The restaurant's been there forever, and you just said, oh, you want to read a little bit more about it? You handed me the menu. Give us the kind of recap of some of the history of the Speakeasy.
Yeah, absolutely. It was built back in 1974, been around Moorhead forever. And actually, I had my first date with my wife there back in 1992. Had my groom's dinner there in 95, and now almost 2 years from today, it's been that we started running it. So it's kind of a really cool deal, has a great place in my heart. And so many of the dishes, the seafood fettuccine here actually happens to be the first dish that I had at Speakeasy. All of our meals come bread, hidden in here, bread and garlic butter. I mean, just absolutely delicious. Homemade sauces, just everything. And I mean,
well, and tell us
we've got cocktails, we've got wine. It's the perfect place to be.
I know you were getting Chris's mouth salivating yesterday when we were talking a little bit about this. What makes some of your dishes different?
Well, we actually make our sauces homemade. For example, our seafood fettuccine, we use cream, we use butter to make the Alfredo. We don't make our noodles, but hey, there's a lot of people that are really good at noodles, so hey, it's hard to get that going. And then we throw some shrimp, spinach noodles, fettuccine noodles, and the mock crab in there, and it is absolutely delicious. One of the biggest sellers on the menu, next to our spaghetti, which once again, homemade sauce, just, oh man. And tonight, for those that are watching, hey, we do have $5 spaghetti. Bring the family. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. This is the spaghetti you get for $5 tonight, and you can add toppings to that: meatballs, chicken, shrimp. All the toppings are only $1 today. Every Wednesday, $5 spaghetti. And
now that all the construction is done on 8th Street in Moorhead, it's really easy to get there no matter where you live, even in West Fargo, shooting on over. Can you talk a little bit about your location, where it is?
Yep, absolutely. If you're coming from North Dakota, just hop off at the first exit, take a right. Be careful, there is no right turn on red at that light, so you have to watch the signs. But take a right and go to the stoplight and take your first left, and we'll be on the right-hand side just past Safari Theater.
And before we get to the desserts as well, I feel like if you haven't been in the Speakeasy, I don't know where you've been, but talk a little bit about the atmosphere, because it's very special in there. Kind of describe it for someone who hasn't been inside. Yeah, it's really cool. They started out, when they built it, they tried to make it more of like a gangster type speakeasy back from the Prohibition days. So it's a little bit darker atmosphere. We've got a bunch of the old gangsters pictures up there, Charlie Chaplin, some of the, Bugsy Moran, all that kind of stuff in there. Nice brick inside. You're going to see, it's just not your typical restaurant. It's really, really cool. Not what you usually see for things that are being built right now. So it's something really nice to come in. We've got a full bar. We've got some different specials that I'll run over, and that kind of thing. So. Well, you were putting last-minute touches on it. What is that?
Well, this right here is one of our dessert favorites that we have all the time. It's our chocolate, just a massive chocolate cake. It's amazing. It is. And that one actually stayed up, so it just that's enough dessert for 2 people at least. Well, okay, maybe 3. Depends how much you eat.
That's true. So, I'm not sharing that if I got that for myself. Okay, and so the other one, and then, it tipped over here, but you said...
Yeah, this one over here is banana toffee bourbon cake that we're featuring here for 3 months. And that thing is so nice and tall. I had it stood up, fell over, tried to put it back together, tried to prop it up with a fork, and it may not look the best on that.
He said, I guess our dessert's just too big. And I said, that is not even possible for dessert to be too big.
It's just, yeah.
That is amazing. How do you come up with a dessert like that?
That's my chef. She finds what we need. She's been there for 20 years. I've got another cook that's been there for almost 40 years. So
wow, that's incredible.
I mean, he was around and basically set up some of these recipes, got them going, and still in there cooking them. At Speakeasy, if it's, you know, it's a little colder outside. Today we've got chicken and dumplings. That's a Wednesday special all the time, homemade chicken and dumplings. And to warm you up too, we've got soup. We've got minestrone every day. We've got chili. And then one featured soup every day. And I'm not even sure what it is today. I was in and out too quick and she didn't have it made yet. So, but homemade soups every day. So.
And did you say what else? Do you have some drink specials as well? Or is it's mostly the desserts that's quite the menu there.
If we just flip this over. Then
okay. It says holiday indulgences on there.
Yes, the chocolate-covered cherry martini, the gingerbread man martini, a candy cane martini, mint chocolate martini, a caramel frost martini, and then our famous Tom and Jerry's, where we make our own Tom and Jerry batter.
Oh, really?
So a lot of people will go buy it at the store. This stuff is awesome. You got to come in and try a Tom and Jerry. So.
That is awesome. So also, like, whether you're coming in for the soup, the dessert, the drinks, I mean, you could go all out for a big date night, but it also might be like, you might just want to come out for dessert and a drink. Do you kind of cater to whatever kind of event you're going out for?
Absolutely. We have people that'll come in the afternoon and grab a dessert and a cup of coffee, maybe dessert and a cocktail, maybe just a cocktail. We're there all the time. We have whatever you want. And we're not going to discriminate. If you just want a drink, that's fine. If you just want food, that's fine. If you want it all, that's fine. Perfect place for a date. Once again,
it's worked out quite well for you.
It has. It's where I had my first date. I'm married. I've got 3 kids, and you know we're still married and happy, and life is good. So,
what's the favorite for the kids? Do the kids? Because it's a family-friendly restaurant as well. Correct?
It is. It is. Yes, kids are welcome all the time. Kids eat free on Sundays all day long. So. Just to let you know that, but all kids like spaghetti. Our kids menu also features a hot dog that's, I mean, huge. They're like, oh my God, I've never seen a hot dog that big. So it's a lot of fun.
Big portion sizes, it appears.
There's a lot of to-go boxes that that go out of there. So there's something for everybody. There's great specials all the time. Homemade food, homemade salad dressings as well. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. I didn't come up with the stuff, but hey, I get to be there to benefit it, and it's absolutely wonderful. Something
special there snuck into Moorhead. I need to get back over to Moorhead.
Cleverly hidden away. Get over there. Check us out if you want to stay off the rat race of 13th Avenue. We're right there.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We'll have to plan a little lunch over at the Speakeasy here.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, coming up on today's show, some myths about those fasting fads that you've heard so much about.